Hi guys, it's Nina from VR Focus. I am joined by...
John Coleman from Vertigo Games.
So tell me a little bit about Vertigo Games and what you guys do.
So we're the developers of a game called Arizona Sunshine. It's a VR zombie shooter. We've also developed Skyworld, which is a VR strategy game.
And it's done very well, hasn't it?
Yes, it's done very well. Been extremely pleased, and it's one of the reasons we're continuing to provide more support for the game. Just people want more, and so we've decided to add an additional campaign level.
So tell me a little bit about this DLC and what you've added in it.
Right. So Dead Man DLC is a prequel to the story of Arizona Sunshine. You're in a missile silo, or attacking a missile silo as part of a U.S. Army Special Forces unit to actually launch the missile to try to contain the zombie outbreak. This is before everything is completely gone to just hiding and surviving. There's still a fight in the world to stop the zombies.
Okay, and this was because you guys thought, okay, let's give people more things, or this had always existed as a larger story?
More to give, so in terms of this particular piece, to give more content for people to play. There's a lot of enjoyment that people have gotten from the campaign, but it is a campaign that even if you want to go back and replay it, the narrative doesn't change. So this adds more narrative, more to the world, something new to experience. It's a completely new environment with sort of a new mission to accomplish. You're not just trying to survive, you've got a particular task that you have to complete. And it's also something that's 4-player co-op. So our campaign in the main game is 2-player co-op. So we've added a larger party possibility as well.
So how many hours of gameplay would that sort of entail?
So with this particular piece, it's going to obviously be heavily dependent on who's in the party, skill levels, things like that. And we're still finishing it out, but we're thinking that's at least half an hour, probably longer. I don't want to put where we think the upper end is, just from the perspective that some people may be able to play it quicker, but we think it's a nice addition to what's available to play.
Are there different guns? Are there different characters? If you play it again, does that mean that the mission's a little bit different every single time?
In this case, there'll definitely be different guns. So there's a fully automatic machine gun, 2-handed shotgun, a tactical handgun. There's some additional cosmetic elements of the game, 3 new masks, and some other things that we haven't disclosed yet that we'll be doing from a cosmetic perspective. And then the campaign itself is a particular mission, and so it's not something that dynamically changes as you play through it for a second time. But it does give players something that they can collect and use elsewhere in multiplayer. That I've beaten the Dead Man DLC. So.
Okay, so when is it coming out? How much is it going to retail for?
It's this spring. We haven't set an exact date yet, and the DLC will be $249.
Wow, okay, so that's very useful for people who want to have some extra things. And is there something else that players are asking for besides more content?
I think it's more of just, you want to go back and play something new. But we're seeing a lot of that, and just new challenges, right? So whether it's additional horde mode maps that we've done that give more multiplayer challenges, or this is the first time we've added a new campaign. It's just to give something new to do, a reason to get back in the game and try something different.
So we've got Kevin sort of in the background that has a gun, basically, which is a little bit unconventional. Usually when you do virtual reality, you've got controllers. So what is this? Is this something that other players can do as well when they're at home?
Yes, they can. He's using the PP gun, and it has haptic feedback, and is a peripheral. We're basically adding peripheral support for a number of different items. Hyperkin we've added as well, and so these are things that if you choose to purchase them, you can use them at home. And we're just trying to, one of our philosophical points as a studio is to give people options how they want to play. So we don't sort of pick a favorite peripheral or a style of play. If you want to teleport, you can teleport. If you want to do locomotion, you can do that. If you want to use a gun, you can, and it's not just a particular gun. We want to try to support as many peripherals and haptic systems as possible. So hard light suit, if you wanted a haptic suit, the game will support that as well.
Amazing. So you can get shot
and
attacked by zombies and it'll feel terrible. What are you doing for the rest of 2018? Are you planning something else?
For 2018, we've got some other things that we're doing around location-based, arcade-related content that we'll be announcing a little later this year. And then obviously we're continuing to work on new ideas. A lot of that's in the prototype stage right now, so not something we're ready to say, okay, we're going to do this, but yeah, continuing to explore VR and what's possible and how do you push the limits.
So is that something that you're doing with OptiTrack? Because we just tried it out and Arizona Sunshine was there, but is this DLC available for out-of-home entertainment as well?
We're going to make some announcements about what all that content will look like, but there is some, aside from what you were able to play, there's going to be additional content that's designed for an out-of-home experience that is free roam. So you're not just teleporting or doing locomotion, you physically can walk with your party through space, and the level design keeps you within the boundaries of however big the play space is.
So would that be something that you're hoping to kind of make online leaderboards and people competing around the world with each other or something like that?
Well, certainly in the game already there's the leaderboard system, but we've also seen a real popularity of the game in arcades and in location-based entertainment. And so depending on which of our partners you're going to experience that, they may have a leaderboard just for their chain of arcades. It may be local to that location, or they may want to participate in a global leaderboard.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Is there a website our viewers can go to find out more information?
ArizonaSunshine.com and VertigoGames.com.
Head over to VRFocus.com if you want to find out more about virtual reality, and I'll see you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.